How's it? Yeah, it's been a while. Where am I driving? It says N1, going to the airport again. Nice. So, here's a thought. You guys know life is not a competition, right? It's not about winning. It's what social media tells you all the time, but yeah, that's not what it was designed to be, or created to be anyway. So, that thought came after I started talking to a couple of people about what's happening in the industry and what the market looks like lately or currently. And it's interesting because every time you have this conversation with like your peers, there's some of them are doing really well and some of them are not. And you know, it goes up and down. And yeah, sure, in business there's competition, but you know, is business about winning and making others lose by winning, or is it about you know, sharing a space together, like playing a game together, like you would sports, you know, rugby or team sport, you know, which is about winning. But yeah, I don't think it should be about winning. So if you look at like decent, solid business principles, like the principle of having 3 suppliers for a specific scope or product, so that you can have a fair competition, or that there's no, like, you know, price fixing or overcharging, or you know, just keeping a little competitive atmosphere, but also you're not involving 10 guys to try and get the lowest possible price. But then you look at other bigger corporations that just go for whoever is willing to do it on their terms and for the cheapest price, which in my opinion is a race to the bottom. That model is not sustainable. If you look at what happened to Ford Motor Company when they started doing supplier financing, when was it, in the 50s or the 60s, and what's happened to BYD Motor Company now, they also did supplier financing, and now they're in such big trouble they can't pay their suppliers, so the suppliers can't supply them anymore because they're not getting paid, and the Chinese government is not funding the whole operation anymore, which also, by the way, is what happened with Ford. Yeah, so there's that model that also doesn't work, which also drives competition. So yeah, I'm like, I want a fair playing field, and we must, you know, all work towards the same goal, which is getting the right solution for the customer. And you know, that involves not overselling your stuff. It's just, you know, making sure you understand what the requirement is and actually delivering that. Because of this competitive nature, you know, sales strategies get very interesting, and that's a topic that we're going to get into in a series of videos, which is going to be very interesting because it explores like the psyche and the psychological side of how marketing strategies and sales strategies are built on psychological models. And it's actually scary if you look at it, how close some of that stuff gets to what is often called a disability, something like narcissism or schizophrenia even. That those kind of traits are used in marketing strategies. But yeah, anyway, let me try and not crash into somebody here on the N1, and yeah, leave me some comments or like and subscribe and do all of that.